Yeah. All right, we're going to be live now.
Oh, we're live now.
We're live now.
All right.
Look at this. Green. It's green.
Green equals good.
Green is good. Welcome to Vlog Thursday, episode 89. And I like that it starts muted. That makes me happy. So,
yeah, because then you get some weird echoing.
Yep. We'll move the microphone over here so we can hear both of us.
There we go. Hi.
Yeah. I'll move over. You can get a little more in frame here.
Sure.
I can turn my keyboard sideways. We're hanging out in my office today because it's going to be a short China. Yo from China. That's awesome.
Really?
China is sly. You guys really from China? I can't prove any of this. So but I'll trust you're from China. Awesome.
They connect to a Google service.
Yeah, I said they can't connect to Google services if you're in China. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and do things on the fly while we're live. Debian. Oh. No. Oh, sly. Oh, China's sly because of Supermicro. Yes. For those of you that didn't see that article, I'll talk about that too in a second.
Ooh, we might have to send that to me.
Why couldn't I type Debian.org? I've become lazy. Watch this. I'm just gonna pretend like I'm noob. Debian download. Oh, look at this. I'm like a noob. Download installation image. AMD 64. Wait, I want. Okay, it is 9.5. Perfect. It's doing what I want it to do. All right. No, for those of you who don't know, let me find the article because I tweeted it out earlier. And so let me find it. Pull things up over here. Here it is. This is interesting. And I know there's some FUD here, and there's been some denials and da-da-da-da. But it's Bloomberg, and I actually did talk about this. And what Bloomberg is talking about is, move our heads a lot of the way. No one wants to really look at us.
Right.
This is the attack by Chinese spies research agency, almost 30 U.S. companies, including Amazon and Apple, by compromising America's technology supply chain, according to extensive interviews with government and corporate sources. The companies are going to deny, so we're definitely going to give this the truth. They're going to completely deny that this is real. I get that, and I'm fine with that. That's whatever. So, Supermicro stock down 41%. I want to know if that's true. So
41%.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Supermicro. I want to know. Did it take a dive? Holy crap!
The nuke.
So, wow. All right, never mind. Not fake news.
News.
Yeah, it's all true. Wow. So this is a new tweet. Hold on. You guys gonna watch how Tom thinks and how he tweets. So, derp. We're gonna take a screenshot of that, and then we're just gonna go over here to my Twitter. And be like...
Reply
to myself. Wow. All right. There we go. Now you can see my thoughts in real time. I look at this. I said, wow, I shared on Twitter. I think that's how social media works. So thank you guys for alerting me that it's down there. 50% a couple hours ago. It's 40% now. That's enough of a wow. That's impressive all day long. So
slight damage control.
Yeah, slight damage control. I am going to laugh here because we're going to go over here and we're going to look for my favorite part of this article.
Oh.
Elemental servers sold for as much as $100,000 each at profit margins high as 7%. Nice. According to a former advisor to the company, two of the Elemental's biggest early clients were the Mormon Church, which used the technology to beam to congregations around the world, and the adult film industry, which did not. I don't know why. Really? You just had to add that line in there? Yeah, okay. Whatever. So that was the amusing part about the article. But it's an interesting read. Find me on the Twitters, and you can find it there. So, yeah, it's interesting. The whole concept is that people have been able to infiltrate the management network interfaces with these small chips that make calls out. Now, the chips aren't big enough themselves to have a much functionality or code in them, but the idea is they contact command and control servers that go out and then hijack things. And so that's fascinating and scary at the same time that they can do that. So I will definitely say wow about how that works. And yeah. I'm opening up another window over here because I actually came here to do something else. I gotta remember where I did it at. I'm gonna think it's on, is it here? Or is it here? I'm trying to find, because I can't remember where I did things. Test share, Unifi, Clonezilla, none of those. I gotta look over here. We're gonna log into my pfSense all together here, folks, because Tom can't remember where he saves things. Nope, not that one. Oh, probably disclosed my public IP address. That's all right, though. You guys got to see my public IP on the live stream. Oh, well. It's not rocket science. If you're good at all, you already know it.
That.
If you're half good at this, you know that piece of information already. There we go. Let's see. Hi from England. First time I managed to catch one of these live, despite watching most of the vlog updates. Thank you.
Awesome.
From across the pond.
You just have to think.
Think. Oh, fuck. There we go.
There we go.
And if you're thinking, hello from the road, I hope you're not driving. I hope that's not what that means. So, anyways. Sharing is
truck
good.
driver.
Jupyter Zen Storage ISO. All right, that's the folder I need to find. Jupyter Zen Storage. There we go. There's my ISOs. I have too many of them in here, so we gotta get rid of some of them. Matter of fact, we're gonna eliminate some of these. So what I'm actually doing here, and what I started out doing, let's see, is I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't know why I have some of these other things. This is 241. Wow, that's old.
Windows 7 Pro.
Yeah, I have a Windows 7 Pro. Yeah, I might need that.
Do we still have the Windows 10 one in there?
We have these are just the ISOs for loading. I have CentOS. I don't really need it. I don't need this. This is what I'm replacing is that. But wow, this is going slow. That's right. We're getting it, though. It's got 6 minutes remaining. Apple won't admit to having Supermicro server issues. So, hey, Tom, crew from SW Australia joined today. Keep it real. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, the screen flickering thing. I need a better video card. I just should buy one soon. I'm really thinking about building a new computer because all the editing I do causes me to really kind of want a new computer. So, yeah, a known CPU manufacturer is making specific process for AWS. Well, here's the whole thing about, and we'll jump back to this topic now that I've got I'm waiting for the ISO to download so we can do the other thing we were going to talk about doing. Right. Companies are always going to err on the side of caution and not saying anything. And the other side of that is, I don't blame them. You don't want to they want to give no edges as to which hardware they use, what software to use. And this is, these are, when you're talking about your threat model, when you're thinking about security, it's called giving an edge. I give a lot of edges more than I should because you guys know at least a few internal IP addresses of my network. Normally that's something you don't have at all. So I've already screwed up in breaking some of my own rules of security. But they're not rocket science to figure out. And someone who's doing a targeted attack against me probably already knows those things anyways. It's security through obscurity is not good security, but it's at least a step. Like at least the more you obfuscate things, the more difficulty and challenges you're making in the threat model of making yourself harder to attack. So for a long time, and I believe Microsoft still does this, they don't disclose server vendors and all kinds of information at all. And they keep it very, very tight. They don't let you know. And the reason they don't want you to know is not for really competitive reasons, but if you know they're using Supermicro and you know there's a potential flaw you can exploit in Supermicro, you know they're using it. So you have some inside information. HP, Dell, whoever the manufacturer is, if you know there's a flaw. So if you guys didn't see it, and I'll bring this up right now, as I love the name.
iDracula.
iDracula.
Oh, I was right for
There we go. I'm positive it has nothing to do with this vulnerability that Reddit is. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Probs.
So, here's a perfect example of why you don't talk about the hardware in here. The iDRAC vulnerability impacts millions of legacy Dell EMC servers. There's a lot of companies, and they may be legacy, but they still may have these in there. They found a flaw that allowed people to get in, basically break the iDRAC system in Dells. So now you have a piece of information. Now the next step is, who has a Dell? Well, a lot of people have a Dell, but if you know specifically your target has those servers, you can cut through the chase of trying to find an exploit and go, I know they have old Dell EMCs. I seen it was on their back room. Boom.
Yeah.
Just right away you can start doing.
Easy vulnerability to exploit.
Hi, sir. Can you tell me? I want to use a 1 gig internet speed with pfSense router. Then go ahead and use it. I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. Agreed. My thesis is a commoditized marketplace. Technology efficiencies are a good way to gain competitive advantages. Cool. You suggest 1 gig internet speed, support router for gaming. We're getting 1 gig speed with the SG3100 from Netgate. Can do 1 GB. There you go. Someone told me it can't. I've done 2 videos on it to show it can. I have them deployed, actively installed. So, yeah. IPMI and vPro are not suggested to use. Yeah. Well, you can. What you're supposed to do with iDRAC or IPMI management systems is put them on a separate network. You keep it all separated. You don't put it on your main LAN. So you create all kinds of segments for your network. I'm going to do pretty soon like a video on network segmentation because it's a popular topic and it's very important. Yeah, crazy how many sites I've been on with passwords on sticky notes and screens, even seen domain admin passwords stuck to servers, not to mention ports for RDP being open to the world. Oh, I know. So definitely don't open RDP to the world, at the very least, so you don't show up on Shodan. Let's go ahead and log into my Shodan account. Of course I have a Shodan account. So if you haven't used Shodan, Shodan is so much fun. So we have 10,000 cams, webcams, net cams, default passwords. Shodan just goes ahead. Most popular searches. Oh, look, let's. They have RDP in here. HTTP. Oh, open SCADA systems. That's great. These are nice. These are all commercial monitoring systems. There's RDP in there. Recently added. What does it say added in here? If you don't remember Shodan, it's a service. They go around scanning the internet and just list all the open ports of things. So you don't want yourself on there. So yeah, can you just type in a port number? Is it port 9100 like for printers?
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Start printing stuff.
Yeah, you could just find here's 3,000 port 9100s opened up and things like that. Just it's absurd. It's absurd. Anyways, yeah, you don't leave any of these things exposed to the direct internet. RDP itself is secure, yes, but someone doesn't understand this question here. Before I get too far off topic, RDP itself, yeah, I know RDP is 3389. I was 9100 for printers because that was a hack video I did a while ago about all these open printers to the network. We know we've got clients like that. I know of 3389. How many? HO.
Oh, you just hit the home button.
Yeah, I'm clumsy today because I'm tired. But you can go around finding all the different open 3389s and see what's running on them, see what's opening on them, and see what connect to them, and that starts becoming bad.
Right.
Yeah. You don't necessarily want to leave RDP wide open. And part of the reason why is if they right now, there's not a known flaw in RDP, but there are known passwords. And yeah, RDP is not secure when the password's wrong. That's exactly the problem. A lot of people do not have the password set. So these RDPs are falling all over the place to dictionary attacks because they just simply password cat and stupid passwords, and we recommend a couple things. One of them is, and we have this deployed for our clients, Duo Security. I thought it was Duo.com. Anyways, we use Duo for our clients. I'm not going to log in to show you some of that, but Duo Security integrates flawlessly with RDP. It's very affordable, but you can just $6 per user per month. They have other plans. This is some of the for advanced stuff, but you can integrate this into your RDP session, and it then requires username, password, and a Duo token from their system, and it's just beautiful for doing RDP logins in a much more secure manner. If you do a special video making mail server, not likely. I just don't care as much about mail servers anymore. The war's over. Google and Microsoft won.
Yeah,
I still have my mail server. It's just a pain. My business stuff doesn't go through it because it's too much work. It just breaks once in a while and whatever. It's not rocket science to do, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of interest in. I'm so dated on it. I wouldn't be very helpful to you on it.
just use G Suite.
Just use G Suite. Yeah,
Really
it's one of those things. Emails is kind of YubiKeys are nice as well. All right. I switched ISP a week ago. The fiber modem bridge my pfSense router. I get around 300 down 400 meg while using PPOE router. What did I miss? Now, I will admit, there is a bunch of people posting in the forums about PPOE problems with pfSense. I don't have answers. I have no way to test PPOE. I don't have a PPOE setup. I'm not going to go build one. And probably if I built it, it still won't solve your problem because I don't know what the alignment is. I know there's like some type of alignment issues when you're deploying PPOE on pfSense. I don't pay attention to it. We don't really have PPOE much here in America, to my knowledge. I'm not saying there isn't. I just don't see it very often.
Right.
So I don't really know. Yeah, Google Chrome device with YubiKey is quite secure. Definitely thumbs up on that. YubiKeys are nice. If you're not familiar with YubiKey, I love it. Autocomplete. Fix it. I'm Googling everything. I'm not typing anything properly today. I'm too tired. But they make these little hardware keys that'll unlock your computers. Now, this works all over the place, not just with Google Chromebooks, but, yeah, works with... why use RDP when VNC is a great option? VNC is not a great option. I'm sorry. I'm not a Microsoft fanboy, but I will tell you RDP on Windows servers is way better than VNC on Windows Server. But with these right here with YubiKey, it creates one-time tokens that are like a challenge token. So when you plug it in, it can unlock your computer. A lot of my friends who work in security, their computers are encrypted, and if they forget their YubiKey somewhere, they can't log in at all. They can't use their computer.
Geez.
So you can set it up, and it works with Linux. It works with, as far as I know, Mac, I think, but I know it works with Windows in there.
The smallest one, the form factor on that,
I know.
lose that so easily.
You lose it, and you're just done. Yeah.
Put that on your keychain.
Yeah, so definitely that. So fiber ISPs, PPOE, never tried a pfSense with it. Like I said, I don't have any way to test the PPOE. I get lots of, that's actually a common request. Hey, PPOE, and I just send people to the forums. I'm aware of issues. I'm aware there's probably solutions, and they don't all seem to be cookie cutter. I've never read through the forums. I have 0 clients, 0 deploys with PPOE. I mean, we have, including our retail and those, 6,000 something clients and 0 PPOE. PPOE kind of went the way of the dodo, as far as I know. We used to see it in things, but yeah, I don't really see it much. Hi, very late pfSense, but our company does Cisco ASA Meraki. How can I convince them to look at pfSense? I wish it would become our number one product for security devices. Hard. It's not easy. Once a company's embedded, it's really difficult to get them to switch. There's no easy way to do it. We have at least one company that's really considering it because they're deployed with Meraki right now, and they're going, hey, this is expensive. And as we expand, it's going to get more expensive. So they're trying to, at that crossroads, like the Meraki stuff works really good, but they also, as they scale the company, the bill scales with it. And they're kind of thinking it's a tough decision. WatchGuard. I used to hate WatchGuard. I haven't used them recently to change my mind about them or not. Maybe they've gotten better. The old ones were really awful. I hated the stupid Windows tool to do it, and I got in an argument with the company years ago, and I've hated them ever since. Let's see. Yeah, VNC over SSH is secure, but it's not as smooth or has all the functionality that you get with there. So, yeah, PPOE is used a lot in the EU. I assumed it's people from Europe emailing me.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Europe. WatchGuard still sucks. Okay. Yeah. I got in a fight with the WatchGuard people because they had this idea. So we took over a client that had a WatchGuard. The IT guy left with the CD to install the WatchGuard software. So we just called WatchGuard going, hey, these are still under licensed subscriptions. Can we have a CD? They said for $700. They wouldn't give us the software to program the firewall, even though they had a license and a subscription. So that's me. Ever since then, I'm like, that's just BS. Now I hate you. So
Yeah, exactly.
anyway, so now what we're going to do is copy, paste, and go over to Zen server. I'm going to go over here to my where am I going here? Storage. All the ISO stuff. Hopefully this won't break anything. It shouldn't. Cool. Is Debian in there now? Debian 9.5 net install. Awesome.
That'd be it.
Greetings from Jamaica. Awesome. I don't know I've ever seen Jamaica in your list, so. I don't use Proxmox, so I can't answer many Proxmox questions. Sorry. WatchGuard support. So WatchGuard support must have gotten better because they, like my comment before, they sucked before. When you want to charge a client who paid a subscription fee that's active for the software to program your stupid firewall, screw you.
The guy says WatchGuard software is free.
It wasn't before.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't then. This is the old WatchGuards. You used to have to load a special Windows tool to program it. You had to load the software, which had a stupid installer. And that's my first time I ever ran into WatchGuards. And I was just like, oh my, this is like a horrible idea. Why would I want to load a bunch of software on my computer to program a firewall? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm also the guy who's saying, by the way, Unifi is a cool product that you have to load software on a server to configure a firewall. But the software's a free download. So
That.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that many of them. I see people talk about them, so I don't know. I can't hate them in 2018 with any validity at all. So I may be talking completely out of my ass. I will not.
I mean, it's not their fault that their customer support sucked then.
Yeah, it sucked then. Maybe they've improved because I've seen some company
lost
go.
your attention for years.
I know. Netgate does failover. Netgate uses FreeBSD carp. I don't have a video on it. I don't know if I'll do one anytime soon or not. I'm not much of an expert at carp. For some commercial clients, we just tell them to buy the support from Netgate, and Netgate will make the magic work for you. New virtual machine. Select template. Now we choose Debian 8. Hold on.
Oh boy.
No, good. That went away. I forgot to turn my phone off. I forgot to turn my phone off. All right, there we go. Virtual CPUs. I think we need 2 CPUs for this. And I typed, so how did it get to CentOS? I wanted to see Debian.
Yeah, you were just on that. Maybe when you
I don't know.
over or something.
I know and this is going to be nice. It doesn't really matter what template you use anyways. I need to gig of RAM. Yeah, Hangouts call. I have Google Fi, so everything comes over there. I'm not much of a Docker person. I might learn Docker some more. I have friends that do Docker all the time. We run everything as our own VMs, so nothing we're doing is special like that. So I like everything in its own VM. It just makes my life easier. ISO DVD. So
I think you just passed it.
I probably did. There it is.
Right there.
Woohoo! So 1 gig of RAM. We'll give it 4 CPUs. Why not? Let's give it more power. Template name Debian Jesse 9. Debian 9 Unifi. It's our new Unifi controller. You're watching me build it as we talk. Now I got to add a disk for it. We'll give it a, let's see, 60 gigabits of disk. That looks good. That looks good. Create.
I don't see anything else.
Yep, go over here to disk. Go to the console. Oh. I gotta tell it. Oh, no. This isn't what I want. Stop. Advanced. Actually,
Why are they trying to Pixie?
because we have Pixie Boot set up, I gotta turn that off. Oops.
Yeah, oops.
Let's see. You guys gonna work with Windows Server 2019 now? The server, yeah. We work with Windows, so yes. What server XP? The server is a Dell R710. A pair of them is currently there. So I've tested lately. CARP works fine. There is some way to use one WAN IP, but didn't get it to work. Only with a WAN subnet at home. Unfortunately, don't have a WAN subnet. So when you do the CARP failover, I can give you a pretty brief overview of how it works. I'll answer the FreeNAS question in a second. So the way CARP failover works, CARP is really interesting. CARP BSD. There's probably an explainer, an image I can reference. When you do, hey, look, it's actually for high availability. Let me zoom in. When you're doing any type of CARP failover, you have to create. You got to take an interface on both of them. This is the best way to do it. You take an interface and you say sync all this. It's called PF sync, and you sync everything between those two devices, and then you can create virtual IPs on both of them. And if anything fails over, the two firewalls are actually perfectly synced to each other. But you don't sync them on. You can, I believe, sync them on the WAN interface, but you want to sync them maybe with their own interface. This is actually how FreeNAS, if you set up high availability with like a TrueNAS server, that's how they're doing it. Is actually putting in an absolute lock, so there's always in parity with each other. I got it. Good, that went to voicemail. All right. A lot of people calling me. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. When people call me, it forces it to go through Google Chrome. So if I got Google Chrome open, it's going to do that. So there's a lot of there's a lot you have to do to make sure the syncing is set up right. There's some work instructions how to do it. I've never followed them. People say it works really good. I know when you have in contract the people from Netgate to do it, it works amazingly well. So. Yeah. No, we have a custom-built server for our FreeNAS. So back to the FreeNAS questions. Well, a lot of questions coming through.
Yeah.
Is FreeNAS 11.2 safe to use in your opinion? No. It's beta. It's not release candidate. When it says RC, it all depends on what you decide is safe. It all depends on what you are comfortable with when it comes to crashing and things like that. Right. How comfortable are you with crashing? And is it production? Probably not a great idea. So you hold off on it if you want to do that. So 11.1 is out, and the transition from 11.1 to 11.2 when it comes out of beta should be great. So that should be fine. I know really great learning Docker because it's very efficient. I'm very familiar with it. I have nothing against Docker. I just don't have a lot of use case. None of the stuff that we're doing here or for clients really requires any Docker work. So that's my only reason is I don't have a use case. I've played with it, but I don't have a use case for deploying it. So let's see. R710 is for the physical server, and like I said, we have a custom-built FreeNAS server. I've done videos on it before. If you look through my FreeNAS videos, you can see my build. It's in a big 22-bay JBOD. Let's see. To try and how to set up FreeNAS from scratch, including ZFS RAID setup. Yeah, I've made several. So I did a getting started with FreeNAS from loading it all the way through. I've done that video recently. I've done it more than one, and I did a recent one with the latest version. Mm-hmm. PS Sync is easy, but I want to make it with one public WAN IP. I believe so. You have to choose a different interface, instead of syncing them via the WAN interface, you have to sync it through a sub interface. There's a couple instructions on there. So, yeah, and like people are saying, stupid question, why would end users need to remote? They always need to remote. They like to work from home. All right. Back to the little VM thing we're doing over here. Boot order, network, go away, DVD, come to the top, save. All right, problem solved. Back to console, back to here. Now we can actually load this. Yay! No, we're not doing graphical install. Install.
At least they have an option now.
Yes, there we go. Woohoo! Watch me install Debian while we're on here, phone. Is there a Unifi controller for Docker? I think someone did a Docker image for Unifi, so that's actually something that's out there. I've not looked for it. I could probably Google it. Awesome. Yeah, I have a whole walkthrough. I'm building it from scratch. Like I have the board set up on there and everything else. So yeah. Oh, you have the same background as me? You guys have my background? That's actually funny. So Debian. Actually, I want to know something now. What is the host name on this one? I can't make them the same. It is. What should I call the server? What do I name my Unifi server?
Sevre.
Unifi server. There we go. We have named it properly. Domain name, none. Root password. Oh, man. Just, do I show it in the clear? Hack my Unifi password?
Yeah.
I think I typed it wrong. You know what? We'll use a simple password for now.
Probably better off.
Yes. There we go. Woohoo!
Eastern Standard.
We're in the Eastern times. I installed my Unifi. It may work fine in CentOS. Look, I've been a long time Debian guy. That's why I'm installing it with Debian. I don't have anything against CentOS, and it's a great operating system, so whichever one. Yeah, Unifi 01. It doesn't allow remote service any desk or TeamViewer. I don't know what that means. I am looking that up. What is? Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes.
So don't use TeamViewer?
Well, it's the way you allow remote connections.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cover that right now. Those are so deep bureaucratic topics.
That.
You can listen to my password. Yes, you can figure out where I place my hands on the keyboard and how I type the password. It's a stupid, simple password because I'm going to change it later. By the way, when you're building these, never, ever allow logins that are not key to SSH authentication. I'm just sorry. You're crazy if you do that. Woo! By the way, if you're wondering, yeah, I wish it wasn't flickering too. It's really bothering me. I wish I had a solution for it. I'd maybe just buy another video card. I apologize about the flickering for those of you who are trying to follow along.
What are you running on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I have to ask other people what my system is. I'll tell you right now. There we go. GeForce
760.
Yeah, nothing impressive here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I don't see why that would be a problem.
I don't know. Thanks, Linux.
Probably that.
Probably that.
You could always update the drivers to see if that does anything.
I have. It doesn't. So I'm not really sure.
And who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. We're almost done with the load here. Don't cover that. Yeah. There's a lot of people are probably lost. Speaking of lost people, we watched this load. So. Open Media Vault is an alternative for FreeNAS. Also enjoy the tech. I'm aware of Open Media Vault. I've never used it. Here's my problem. I know FreeNAS really well. FreeNAS is free. It does all the magic I want. Mm-hmm. Where's the advantage of using this? And that's sometimes, and I hate the divisiveness. People think I must hate another product because I don't use it. But also, completely related, because their website won't open, I can't even discuss them. So let's see, the FreeNAS website's open faster.
Do a direct comparison.
And do a comparison. Who's got a... So FreeNAS opens up. Open Media Vault still thinking here. I don't know that a new graphics card is going to fix it that easy because it may be a Linux issue that I'm having here. I would talk more about Open Media Vault, but they'd have to have a website that's up for me to talk about it.
$69.
Yeah, I don't think a $69 card is going to work that one. I'm using whatever Pop! OS had, and I think it's the proper proprietary driver, and it's supposed to be the best one. I tried different ones a while ago. It just kept doing it. Open Media. So if Open Media Vault would open, we would actually talk about it. But maybe someone who can get to the website can answer us. Does Open Media Vault use ZFS? So I don't know. No, I didn't. I don't go to the FreeNAS site hardly ever, so I don't think it's cached. So for those of you asking if I just had it cached, not to mention
unfair advantage.
Matter of fact, I'm actually fascinated by looking at it, going, "Hey, look, it's pretty new looking. I haven't been here in a while."
Yeah.
I haven't been here so long. So you can see at the bottom here, I'm clicking the move my head out of the way, the I agree button because apparently they've updated privacy terms, and I haven't been here to check that box.
They do that every other week.
Uses a ZFS as an option. Okay.
What do they normally use?
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, what was it?
NFS?
NFS knows it. Well, it's going to be an extent 4 file system. So, Do you use a CLI more than a Go? Yes, I do. Well, I guess what are you asking about? For my Debian box, yeah, I definitely use CLI more than anything else. No. Hold on. There's we have got to find the mirrors. Where is the one I'm looking for? There used to be a mirror that's local. I guess I don't really care. I can just use mirrors.kernel.org. So maybe it's my fault, Open Media Vault. Like I said it, and all of you clicked the link, and I'm so popular that I denial of service. Yeah, right.
They can't handle 100 requests. 174 now. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Why has got that up there? So this is installing now. Cool. AWS or Azure? Yes, both. I don't. Once again, I'm not. Whichever. Sometimes we just inherit clients that have things in other places, so not really. We don't run anything in the cloud. We host everything ourselves for the most part. For our stuff, for client stuff, on the other hand, it's all over the place. It's kind of like whatever fits the system. An experience with cloud-hosted Unifi controllers being slow and having to use it on site. Only if you have it slow. So if you put it in a fast enough server, it works perfectly fine. It's not really been an issue. Popular places to host your Unifi controller is going to be Linode. I like Linode. DigitalOcean, Droplets. Both those are great for places to host your Unifi controller. Now, we don't want this. Do we want my Unifi to be a print server? No. And I asked that question because someone tagged me in Twitter, so this is public. I'm not calling anyone out not public, but they wanted to run a print server on their PFSense. I don't have a use case for why you'd want your firewall to be.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because he called him. And
yeah, that.
He's in security training right now, and he knows, like, is it a good idea to run a print server on your firewall? It seems like a bad idea. I'm going to throw it out there.
I just immediately passed it over because I was just like, this sounds stupid. Like,
yeah. What's Vulture? I'm Googling it. Oh, another hosting. No, I have not used them, which is also why I had to Google them. Any good tips on an RMM for internal use? Probably free open source. Anything good open source project you know of? Not for RMM. If there's one out there, I'm unaware of it. I've been wanting to play more with semi-related. I'm segueing from RMMs. Libre NMS, I think it is.
Luckily, I already had the.
This is a cool project. For network monitoring systems and things like that. This one's pretty cool. I haven't really played a lot with it, though. I've looked at it. It's pretty cool for monitoring things. The problem is in some of these markets, because there's just not a lot of open source solutions for them, especially because a lot of the RM tools are made for managing Windows. There's not a lot of push for open source on them either. OMV allows Extent 4, Extent 3, and ZFS plus one other I can't remember. The other one might be ButterFS, if I had to guess, if it's Debian based. Use a VPN for testing your local devices. Yes, good idea. Yeah, I know companies like Linksys do offer print servers. For a while there was a bunch of them that offered file sharing. You could plug a USB file device into your firewall. Like consumer ones did this. I get it. For home users, I mean, just why not?
seems like a security issue.
Yeah, net data is really cool too for monitoring. I've done a couple of videos on net data.
Yeah.
Well, and the person wanted to do it, kept tweeting at me, wanted me to do a video on it, and I said, no, it's a bad idea for threat reasons.
He wanted to do a video on that.
Yeah, and I just said no. I mean, I politely declined.
I still don't know why he wanted to do that.
I like suggestions for videos. I'm perfectly fine with suggestions for videos. But I will also decline videos because I have no use case for it. And I explained why. Then he called him and had the same questions again. And we're like, I tweeted back at you the same answer. My answer verbally is the same. But if you want to pay me to do it, that's fine.
Right. There's no practical reason to do that. Why would we teach people how to do that?
And I get weird people tagging, and this is public stuff, and even stranger in the emails, people suggesting I do some of the strangest videos that I don't understand. Like, there's no purpose. Like, yeah, I could create really crazy. Someone wanted to run a series of different PF sense boxes and then redirect rules between them so they create layers. I'm like, I don't have a good use case for this. I mean, yeah, I
just
could
configure the first one.
I could triple NAT everything with 3 firewalls, and that would make sense, but I don't know. It's you just create a management nightmare.
Traffic's just not going to make it to the end anyways, just because it's so damn confused at that point.
And save. I just got to reboot it again because it did boot off there. Oh, I can just eject this too. This is how you eject a CD. Eject.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Have I done security for VoIP and SIP? I turn it on in a secure manner. I guess I need more details of the questions on there. So please expand on that. We are a Cisco shop at the switch level. Yes, so I got to admit, Cisco, love or hate them for reasons of their licensing fees, their products are very solid, well-made, and things like that.
They'd better be.
Any suggestions to keep your teenager from max spoofing? Get a switch that doesn't allow MAC spoofing, lock down the MAC address, go crazy on your Wi-Fi, and only authenticate based on MAC address.
You can do that.
You can do that.
Whitelist.
You can whitelist. Does where are you getting your? I don't know where you go to school at. I have no idea.
Oh, Davenport.
He's getting a degree from Davenport University.
Mm-hmm. On network security.
Network security.
Are you asking if I'm getting a CompTIA A+ course?
I don't know if you are or not.
I took a course in school on A+. Do I have the certification? No. Am I going to get one? I guess if I need to in the future, there was any
Yeah.
other.
I don't push any of my staff for certifications, so he doesn't have a certification, and there's not a push for it.
Right.
It's not certificate. I guess it depends. As long as he works here, there's not really a push for certifications.
Right.
I care that he's very knowledgeable, but if you work elsewhere, sometimes, and it's also a screening thing. A lot of places, and I have a whole video where I talk about this, they require you have certs before you get a job. So you may have to get the job you're looking for and things like that. That's something that's very real that you'll have to consider.
That. I know that A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus kind of go like one after the other. But I think you can skip certifications and go straight to Security Plus as long as you understand.
As long as you got the other
before
ones.
that, and it kind of compromises everything else in the proceeding too. So if you ever need one of them, I guess just go for what you need.
Yeah, and then someone commented, once you get the SEC, you can renew with a 4 to 6 hour online refresher course. Don't need the CE credits anymore.
Oh, you don't? That's kind of nice.
Yeah. And you're all speaking a foreign language to me because I have no certs myself. For those of you wondering, I'll just throw it out there.
It's just another one of those things. If you get a certification, you always have to continue education by attending conferences and courses and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
At Davenport, you can actually, I think you can sit in on the same courses that you took previously, as long as you pass the course or whatever, so you can, refresh your knowledge. But I guess if I ever go for a certification,
Yeah. It's not really a job requirement here. So.
I would check CompTIA to see what the certification. I think they go for 4 years, because things change every year or 2 years.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. And that may depend on which certification you get as well. At the time, I remember CompTIA's, I think, ran 4 years.
Okay. Can you elaborate on your Unifi controller behind the PF Sense? I tried moving some of my sites from due to a virtualized Ubuntu and had disconnects and isolation, so I had to quit. If I can, whoops,
They're good 3 years? Okay.
If you do it properly, here are all the ports that you need to make it work. So,
Make sure
and
the
this one
firewall allows that.
This one's kind of an exception if you're using an AP EDU model, but it's important that you have these pieces installed or it will not work.
Yeah, certification does not equal actual experience.
No.
That's another problem. The only reason you really get a certification is just to show that you know the things to get you in the door places. It doesn't actually teach you.
Michael, there's a contact form you can use, and you can message me through there, and it goes to a thing where I can reply to you, and I can give you pricing on what you need done. So tell me what you need done, and I can go from there on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we have the same ports in the digital controller. A lot of it is you got to have the firewall rules set up right, and that's really important when you're doing these. I mean, it's not. Most of the time I find, and please note, there's a column here that says UDP and TCP. Hey, Taylor. Thank you very much. First one to get watched live. You're doing it. Awesome. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So please note, these say TCP, these say UDP. If you want to know some of the common things that Tom sees when he is contacted of, my firewall doesn't work with my Unifi, I simply go flip switches and go, you set them all TCP or you set them all UDP and solve problems. That's a real common one. I'll just throw it out there. These are some of the most obvious mistakes that people make, which is fine. I'm going to be doing some more general videos on network security as well. We have some discussions, so look for those.
Marvin brought up the Cloud Key Gen 2.
Oh yeah, Schmarvin.
I am a little excited about that to see how that turns out.
Yeah, the Cloud Key Gen 2, cool product. I believe, is it out now? Is it released?
Yeah, because that was in the beta store, wasn't it?
I don't know if I'm not pulling up if it's in beta now. I don't know if it's
Right.
out yet. If it is, awesome. That's as much as I know. So I have not done any testing with it. 5929. That's not stable. UBNT controller download. Let's look at what's stable. We're going to go on here and look. No. 583 is the latest stable. So we're 5.9 still in beta. So I don't. Yeah, I know it's got the new 5.9 is the beta version. I have to log in and you can download it, but I'm not. That's not in the stable series yet. Once it gets stable, I'm excited about it. I haven't had I'll be honest, I haven't done any testing with it. I've looked at it, I've seen posts, I'm in forums, so I'm aware of it. So they're pretty cool. They're definitely moving forward, making new cool stuff, and I like that. But it's for production, we're still running 5830. That is the latest. Combines Unifi and Unifi video, and yeah. So, and there was a tweet today. Was it today? From Unifi. Matter of fact, let me find it because I threw it in our Slack channel. So, this is out. This is not beta, and this is their new scalable video security system from them. So I'll be reviewing this really soon too.
Hopefully, it's better than the current.
Yep. So, very cool. That's all new stuff that's out from the folks at Unifi. I'm excited. I like their stuff, as you probably already know. The newest cloud keys are USB-C. That's cool. I like it. Anyone know why the Unified Guest Portal redirects .land on 4043 but only 80? So it's a headache, and there's not an easy way for this. Maybe I'll do some videos on it or something like that. Anyways, the problem with guest portals is finding a public accepted certificate on 443. So you kind of want the guest portal to go to 80 so you can authenticate against it.
Yeah, that's right. You have to have a certificate.
You got to have a certificate. How do you get a certificate if you're blocking internet access?
Right.
So there's no easy way. That's one of the reasons that pretty much, and it's not just a Unifi thing. This is in general what you run into when you're dealing with the way the certificate system works and the way the system works for doing what do you call it? Anytime you do portal authentication. If you do like the Cisco ones or any of those, they all redirect via port 80 to the accept portals, because that way you don't get a certificate error, because you're blocking the device's internet access. And it's not able to validate any certificates, not able to go out and do a DNS lookup and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
No easy way to do that.
There's no easy way to do that. I don't have a solution for you there. Oh, look. This is installed. So we got to SSH in once this is done.
Morning from Japan.
Japan.
Look at that.
Japan's a cool place. I gotta adjust this here. So permit login, which I can't remember. Everything got changed. I don't set enough of these new ones up all the time. Also, we're gonna have to stop soon because it's about to get Zumba woo time next door. Well, how would you describe the noises that occur next door? So,
Yesterday was a car alarm.
the car alarm.
It really was. I think that's when Chris was here. He was like, "What is that?"
What kind of hardware am I running? What on my computer? My computer, if I moved it, is a i7 477K, and I'm on a GeForce 760, so that's what makes the screen flicker, I think. I don't know. I don't know why it flickers. So I'll move this over here in case the question gets asked, and I can just drag it back over.
I'm wondering if the refresh rate isn't set correctly.
I don't know. It's only when I have OBS open. It goes away when OBS is closed.
Oh, That's because it's locking your frame rate to probably like 30 or something.
Something like that.
That's probably why. No, it's at 60. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I don't know either. There's probably something I should fix.
Yeah, if it's at 60, then it should be completely synced with your... I'll think on that.
Mm-hmm. What is the IP address of this thing? 3.191. All right, cool.
Yeah, but we're streaming at 60 frames.
I don't know how the live stream works on Linux, if it's CPU or GPU related.
It's usually CPU related.
Probably, that'd be my guess, but I just don't have a good answer for that. Did you turn it on and off again? Every day. Every day, we just reboot everything. Isn't that what you just kind of do here?
Yeah.
So he's been
that was
working
one
here.
of my phrases.
Yeah. He's been working here for like a month now, right?
Yeah, just
Roughly.
about a month. I started right after Labor Day.
Right after Labor Day. So he's working here a month. And what'd you learn in this month of working here?
I don't know. I just reboot things.
I don't know. I just reboot things. That's kind of... And how many Outlook problems have you solved?
Kyle does that.
Day?
I don't even
You're
touch
getting there.
Outlook. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where I'm just telling people just use G Suite or just Gmail in general.
Yeah. It's just a mess.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, good. I got an email from someone who's happy that everything works. Yay!
Awesome.
So, update Adobe Reader, reboot PC. Pretty much.
Adobe Reader. That's another one.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So, the fun of working here is learning all the stupid things that we actually do. Yeah, it's a mess. It's not what you think. It's not like what school taught you so far, right? You're like, holy crap.
I don't know what I've really learned in school, honestly. I've learned more here than in school.
You learn more here?
Yeah.
This is the one thing, like, it is, when you want to get into this industry, there's a lot to it. And it takes...
You just have to do. Oh, we got 4.99 pounds.
Sweet. I don't know how many 4.99 pounds is, but it makes me happy.
More than $5.
It's more than $5.
Yes.
The pound is worth more.
I think, what is the exchange rate? 1.4 of US dollars or something like that?
Yeah.
Something.
Which is worse to support, Outlook or Java? I don't know. I'm not sure at all. There's a new beta feature. Cool.
We've had more problems with people using Outlook than Java. 650. Exactly?
650? Oh, awesome.
Check that.
Caps lock is on. That's not good.
Do we need unit degrees anymore? Same thing with the certifications. You almost oftentimes you have to have a degree to get in the door because your resume is being filtered out by a bot that just doesn't see a degree on there, so you don't even get on the list of degrees or resumes to be read. So if you don't have at least a bachelor's degree, half the time they don't even want to look at you. Unless you know somebody.
Oops. That's broken. Why did I break that? I don't need sudo. Where did echo lsfim add-on? Should I take that out for now? I know I could fix it differently, but I'll do it this way. Someone's going to tell me there's a better way. I know. Whoops. Got to type my password right now. Hey, look, it's got my dot files in there. For those of you that don't know or know what I'm doing here, people always ask, like, hey, Tom, how'd you customize your system to look like it does? I have the dot files I use to customize everything on my GitHub, which is in the links below for all my videos. I have my GitHub link. So anything I do, I give away for the most part. So, yeah. Do we need uni degrees anymore? Internet ebooks offer more factual resources. Here's the important part about college. I have an entire video about it, so I won't drone on about it. But I will tell you, there's some important concepts. One of them is the learning how to communicate. Completely unrelated. I don't mean like TCP network stacks. Like, my friend works for a large engineering company. They look for people who've completed with degrees,
Yes.
not related to engineering, because they want people who can write not gibberish and actually create documentation for the projects they work on.
It's a vetting process. If you
Yeah.
manage to get a bachelor's degree, then you're worth at least something to this company.
Yeah, and you're right. There's a lot of people who are really good at just regurgitating information. Hey, thank you.
$20 Canadian dollars.
Canadian, I like
We
Canadian.
like those dollars better.
The Canadian ones smell like maple syrup, man. It is wonderful.
And they're so much nicer.
How do you guys price remote technical support for new clients? Generally speaking, we're charging roughly $150 an hour.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been that's what we are now. Do not hold me to this. Do not reference this video 5 years from now and go, but back in 2018 on October 4th, you said you would charge me this. No, I said generally, and the prices are subject to change. We will quote things. You fill out forms, we will quote you. Because we've had this before. When I opened up, I've been in business for 15 years. I've had people have old information from me that I said 15 years ago and think I should just charge that. And I'm like, no.
Got another $5 from... Is that... No, that's not Australia, is it?
I don't know what a $5 is, but thank you for...
That is a $5.
It is a $5.
It's a $5 donation.
Hey, thank you for an a $5 donation. WAN bonding, can you elaborate on that?
But not load balancing.
Okay. LAN bonding, but not load balancing. What you're referring to is this.
It is Aussie dollars, okay. Usually
Aussie.
it comes up as AUS. I didn't know if A was different.
This is very different. WAN bonding works differently and requires cooperation with the ISP, essentially. So it works differently because you're combining things together, but that's working at the physical layer, essentially, not at the routing layer. So here's the problem. I mean, you can do it, but you have to have an ISP that's doing it as well. So, for example, a lot of firewalls only have 1 gigabit connection on there. What if you want to provide me at a 1.5 gig? Well, you're exceeding the physical layer, so you can bond together several pieces. Now, what people constantly make the mistake is they think you can bond 2 separate ISPs together. That doesn't work because routing doesn't work that way. So you can't split your traffic like there. So it doesn't really...
Right.
Yeah. Basic managed services customer, Windows domain, few endpoints, using Office 365 apps. Generally, the going rate, roughly $60 per workstation per month or per user, depending on your business model. So, yeah. Yeah, so you're right. It can also be done over VPN tunnels. It can get complicated. There are methodologies to do this, but it does require like at a cooperative level of the ISP to be able to do whole, like SD-WAN, like they were talking about. I need an ISP to work with to do it. Part of it doing the video is that, or I have to build my own ISP to make this all happen. So, yeah, there's no simple way to make that video. I may do a video on lag, though, kind of the same concept. So let's get this out of the way. So this server's up and built and running, and we got to load some tools on it. That's definitely on the list to do, but I'm less worried about the tools right now. We got to load the Unifi controller on that. That's the important part, because that's what we actually started out for the whole video. $50 per endpoint. Yeah, the prices are fairly done. I don't know how I could build it in a demo lab environment. That's my problem. I can't really do. I'd have to think about how to even accomplish that in a demo lab. It would be so artificially done. There's no way to show the difference. Like,
right.
Hey, look, I bonded things together in a completely sterile environment of this. Working with the ISP to do it through SD-WAN is very different. So
Right. There's a lot of other factors.
Man, who posted the Uni controller project got all the way? I don't know. All right. So let's find the Unifi controller software. Unifi controller download. Oh, I guess I should pull it up where you guys can see it too. There we go. Here is the deb package. We'll click the little download link. I accept this license. You guys are my witnesses. Copy URL. Actually, I can close this altogether.
No turning back now.
No turning back now. I've agreed to terms and conditions, whatever they may be. Did anyone read that for me?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know of any good resources ebook to explain how to lock down a secure Debian VPS box? We might do some videos on that, to how to lock it down. For the most part, you just only open the services that you need. So
Yeah.
it's start with the minimum and only create a firewall that you start. Yeah. 5.9 is release stable? Really?
On blog. Then why is it not
On the
posted
blog.
on there?
Where is, I want to find this. This is breaking news.
Yeah.
Unifi blog.
And it's not showing up in the right place.
Unified Cloud Key. Oh, here it is.
Oh,
It's
it
on the
wasn't
ca-
kidding. Then why did they not
Where's the
post it?
download?
Yeah. Is it too late?
Is it too late? I didn't install this yet, so
That's true.
this is on the public forum. I'm making sure I do everything pub. I don't know where the download link
And
is.
it
though.
says stable. Do they mean stable though?
Is it really stable?
Because stable doesn't always mean stable according to certain developers.
Known issues, new features, new dashboards, IPS dashboards, IPS signature suppression. Awesome. Exciting.
And there's all the download links. Okay.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to install live on the show here.
all right.
actually,
well, he
here's-
wasn't kidding then.
Here's a question. Will the 5.9 import the... I don't know.
Import what?
Let's do this. So I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to pull this up. So, all right, there we go. It's a stable candidate. All right, never mind. Excitement's all over. Someone pointed this out.
I had a feeling because I was like, why is it not posted with the stable releases? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's a stable release candidate. That's fine. That's better. It only makes download repository after 10 days usually. Look, I'm pulling it up here. Let's read together. I didn't read this. Stable has been released 6 hours ago. So, oh God, it's flickering. Sorry.
Stable release branch.
For those of you migrating from V3, there are many changes to the API. Windows users must have that installed. For Debian, here's the app source. If you cannot reuse a VLAN ID, says da 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 da. Java 9 is not supported. I don't know. I'm not ready to move to this. Maybe I'll play with it some. That's just interesting, but it's not going to be in today's video. Matter of fact, we're already at an hour.
Oh, wow.
So, we've been on the 0.3 version for a while, and it works perfectly fine. I haven't had any problems with it, so...
Right.
Oh, possible upgrade paths. This is something I care about a lot. So 59265830. There may be some back version specific extensions to this list. Some sitting on dashboard are still under development. Please share with feedback. No, cool. I like everything about this. It looks like there's a lot, so I'll definitely be playing with it, but it's not going to be for today. Interesting for sure. Well, I can finish my install of the other one, which I just shut down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't we just remove the other file?
Mm-hmm. We just go over here and go Debian 9 Unifi. We'll take a snapshot of it real quick. That way I can always go back.
Right.
Yeah, so I want to do a video on the jail and FreeNAS, but I'm waiting until the FreeNAS moves completely over to IO cage and is 11.2 stable. And the reason why is because there's a lot of trickery to make all that work. So that's one of those things, like I want it all to work, but I know there's some issues. So if you ever seen this command before, so whoops, 191. So if you notice, I was logging in with a password, but when we do this, no more password. Yay, SSH keys. By the way, always do that. Always load SSH keys, and then go over to vim/etc SSH deconfig, and then turn off password authentication. Password authentication. Yes, I did search for ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's me. For service.
That's one way to do it.
SSH. If you haven't done that step I just did right here, you are insecure. Just at the very least, disable password authentication for SSH. Put your SSH key in, load them. If you build things and spin them up in like Linode and some of those, you can get your SSH keys pre-dropped in. So. Komodo is an awful company, and no one should use any product by that awful company. That's my opinion of Komodo, if you ever want to know. They're awful. They're behind a lot of shadiness. And one of the things, I can't corroborate this, but I will tell you, I heard about it from numerous people. So they abuse their ability to be a SSL provider to install spyware. Komodo's well known for lots of spyware they've had and things like that. Apparently, they were going around and they come up with a free SSL certificate and then tell people to, oh no, you should switch away from Let's Encrypt, and then they hound you after you get their free SSL for a more secure certificate, and everything else. Really, there's nothing about them I think is a good company. Matter of fact, Steve Gibson has done a deep dive into how awful of a company Komodo is. Long password, not secure enough. Use SSH keys all the time. So always use SSH keys. Matter of fact, if you want to grab a tinfoil hat, use SSH key plus password. You can use both. So you're now two-factoring your SSH authentication because you had two pieces of information on there. Have you guys seen CertBot? I hope so. CertBot, if you're not familiar, is the Let's Encrypt variation for that. Highly recommend using Let's Encrypt. Love it. Let's Encrypt's wonderful. It's an amazing project. I'm friends with people who work at Let's Encrypt. They're everything about them is great. Planning to Southern Germany early next year. Really wanted to get a lap around the ring before I die. I don't know what that means. But, so...
I think he means the actual track, Nürburgring.
Oh, okay. Cool. I have no idea. I'm lost. Yeah, Start SSL is the best company. What do you think of Cloudflare? Cloudflare's good. They do a lot of good stuff on the interwebs. They do neat stuff. I have not tested Trisquel. What is Trisquel? Oh, it's a Linux distro.
Cool logo.
Cool logo. I like the logo. Small enterprises, an educational center. There's a couple of them that are neat that are kind of turnkey systems for stuff like that. They're like turnkey servers to do everything. They're kind of cool. Yeah, always use SSH keys. Cloudflare is working on becoming a registrar. Yeah, I've seen that. I thought that was interesting. I've heard that Cloudflare is also doing a good job. I think I talked about it previously. They're working on SNI encryption, which is really awesome. So the best video on SSH keys is going to be Learn Linux TV. My friend Jay, who I just did the video with about the Raspberry Pi, excellent video on SSH key management. I may do one at some point in time. I'll do my take on it, but his videos are very concise and really good on that. Matter of fact, Jay wrote a few books on Ubuntu, like a couple of them. So
Really?
he's a pretty well-versed dude, and he does it for a living. He's a DevOps guy for like his day job. That's all he does and he's just a Linux DevOps guy. So he's very, very good at what he does. I don't know if he's watching this right now, but if you are, hi, Jay. What is a controller that is not on Linux? I don't know. Have you tried to connect to a Verizon Jetpack to a USG router? No broadband? Nope, never tried. I don't even know if that's possible. I have my own Linux. You must use Arch. I get it. I have multiple SSH keys. So I have the ones that are like for my servers, and I have SSH for other servers as well. So, I mean, I have mine key that I've got loaded into my servers. So, yeah. I think a lot of these people, a lot of us are all hobby IT people. That's where it all starts. This all starts as a hobby and spirals out of control. Right? I think that's how it works. I'm going to move this over because that way I'm answering questions and looking at the same time here. There's nothing. I'm got this down to. I got to leave here shortly. So as much fun as I'm having, don't get me wrong. I love talking and all this fun stuff, but.
What time is it?
It's 6 o'clock and I got to get going soon.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, it's up there in the corner. No messages. I had a couple phone calls to make because I got voicemails that I didn't answer. They're from friends, not from businesses. So, if you search for Learn Linux TV, you'll find. I can't post links in here. They don't let you post links in a live stream.
Not even the administrator?
Nope. No, SSH keys. Yeah, SSH key is data. Let's have something fun. This we can do on live screen here. What am I trying to think of here to do? Trying to remember the exact. There we go. Keygen-T RSA. Whoops, I gotta spell RSA right.
That.
Yeah. We'll generate a 4096 key. All right, this is going to generate the key pairs, no passphrase. Now, we've generated these keys. So here is cd.ssh. Actually, so I move the questions back over to the other window. Actually, you can close that too. So now we've generated the key pairs and are located here. Now there's two components here. We've got IDRSA and IDRSA pub. I can publicly show IDRSA pub. This is the public side of the key. You can have this. You can have my public key. Matter of fact, this is how we do administration. I give you my public key. And once I give you the public key, my private key allows me to log into things where you place the public key. Now, I generated this one and it's never going to be actually used. So if I give you the IDRSA key, this is what the actual key looks like. And this is the part you have to keep private. So this is the other half of the key. And Jay does a really good job of explaining how that works, but it's a really great system. Hey, thank you, Hank. It's really important to understand this, and we'll go a step further and talk about how Unifi uses them. Unifi's got a really great way you can drop in your key and then manage all the Unifi devices by pushing the key out. They've added that feature. I don't remember when they added it. It's a little while back, but it's a great feature so you can SSH with with your login to each one of the Unifi devices on there. And then when you get into, me and Phil did a video on Ansible. We talked in the beginning how you have to have your SSH keys so you can do your Ansible management for things like that. So What else we got here? I plan to do IT at some point. About 2% of the job listings I want to do. Friends got into, yeah. All right, cool. I'll make sure I just roll up and make sure I didn't miss any questions. But thank you, Hank. Thank you for the donation here. So definitely awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never do more than home stuff. 14 days off. 14 days off. That doesn't happen here in the U.S. Not that much.
Not unless you no longer have a job.
Lego Wave. I've never worked with.
Never heard of.
There's so many companies out there that are making different things.
It's a forever expanding market now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just so many companies, so I don't... Yeah.
Oh, he is in the U.S.
Oh, you're in the U.S. Awesome. Yeah, not a lot of people... Man, it's hard to get time off in a lot of places. I know, I own a business. I don't let people have time off. No?
I don't need time off anymore.
Yeah. No, it's not that bad. I mean...
We have the weekends.
We have the weekends. My wife works for Quicken Loans. She's been on the video before, and they don't give a lot of time off, man. They're serious about that kind of stuff.
Sounds crazy working.
I'm going to remove these keys because they're compromised because I've displayed them on the interwebs.
Yup.
Don't put your keys on the interwebs. I'm going to download the 5.9 controller again here. Weekends aren't long enough. I like what I do. I don't even know if what I do is really work all the time. 30 days off a year. You're probably in Europe with 30 days off. So look, find a job you love and you'll never hate a Monday again. I'm running on Pop OS as my distro. So, hey, look, I can drag that back over because you're going to say, what's your distro? What video card are you using? Pop OS 1804 LTS version. Still happy with it. Ain't broke. So, very cool. Ooh, now here comes the fun part. Will this break? I can't remember now. What dependencies am I missing? Probably all of them. It should fail. Oh, apt get install. -F. Yep. I love Debian. Yeah, this is the 5830. I'm going to load 5830 on this one, and I'll wait a couple days before I load the 5.9. This is going to be our new production system. You guys are watching me build a new production system. People ask, how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just load Debian. It takes like a couple minutes. I mean, I did it while goofing off and answering questions. If I actually concentrated, I could get it done even faster.
Yeah, that.
It's not hard to customize these things. Teacher in Finland, 3 months summer vacation. Now, teachers have a different, because of the schedule, they get a few months off, which is definitely pretty cool. Yeah. I definitely like that.
I don't know what I'd do with all that time off, to be totally honest.
Driving trucks is cool. I used to work for a trucking company. I was always the IT, but I thought it was cool. I rode in the trucks with some of the drivers. It's really cool. This Debian box is my Unifi controller. Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't bork during the install here. And it's almost done. Yeah, it's unfortunate. The teachers in the U.S. work their summer months because they don't get paid a lot. There we go.
Yeah, my girlfriend actually is looking to become a teacher, but every teacher she's talked to tells her, don't do it. It's not worth it unless you really want to, you know, because the money's just not there anymore.
Yep.
At all.
Hey, look. All the Javas are spinning up. Yay. Okay. It's doing the thing. So IT praise. I don't know. What I miss? I see it's all trees, 20 days, but I have to go on call 1 week. 5 kind of cancels it out.
What's going on in Australia? That seems weird.
I don't know.
I can't imagine why, because everything depends on IT anymore. Especially Australia, so why would they be... I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know the Australian IT market. Our IT market's kind of a mess right now. There's just not a... It pays all over the place. That's the problem. And the job demand's really, really high. It's just... It's kind of crazy. So there's really weird. People get paid all over the place. IT is such a fast-moving, changing thing. It's very difficult to... It's not like a job that has a very predefined or long history where we can look at the market and make a decision from a business standpoint. So
yeah.
Yeah, trucking in the U.S. has a really high demand right now, that's for sure. We have a lot of trucking companies as clients, and they're always talking about how they need more and more drivers all the time. So let me pull this over here, so I'm kind of not doing anything with that now. I am curious. IT pay Australia. I have no idea what the people are getting paid. Glassdoor does. I can pull up Glassdoor and talk about it. I don't know. I guess it really is going to vary with what you do. So
yeah. It's a very broad field.
Salaries, Sydney. I don't know. I don't know if these are good or bad. I don't know what it costs to live in Australia. I'm completely lost.
That too.
IT support engineer at Amazon. There we go. Temporarily. People like the job. Does it say how much it pays? I don't know.
That's kind of...
I'm broken. I have been out of the job market for so long. I simply have no idea how much when it comes to some of that. So, yeah. Go TTY is a cool new thing.
Is it like putty?
I don't know. I'm always running Linux, so yeah. Brisbane is $355 per week. Oh. Amazon AU has the highest cost of living. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I can't answer these questions. So AU cost of versus living in the USA. Here, we'll Google search together. We'll learn something together.
You know, I should really ask my cousin about this stuff because he's basically me, but Australian and in IT.
Really?
So, yeah.
So we're going to do some research in here.
Yep. I might have to convene with him on this because it seems...
This is not a useful...
I do know a lot of things are expensive over there, like alcohol is like twice the price over there than it is here. Geez, yeah, when we were visiting family in Scotland, his currency rate from Australia to pounds was, I think, he got half of what he actually put into it. So
okay.
like pounds was like double of Australian dollars as well.
So, average IT person makes roughly 40 to 60K.
That's comfortable.
Yeah, it's all over the place. And here's, interesting. So here in Detroit, the average, and this is what's weird. If you work at one area versus another area, I'm going to use an example. Where we're at is, and I'll give direct examples here. Median income for state of Michigan. So we can start there. Median income average in the state we live in is $48,000, but let's go ahead and get more specific and say Southgate, Michigan. 51,000 in Southgate. But let's just say median income, so Oakland County, Michigan. And it goes up $17,000 a year by living on the next county. So we're in Wayne County. You go up to Oakland County, and it goes there. So we're in Wayne, so it's $66,000 versus Wayne County.
Ooh.
At only $39,000.
I mean, not surprising.
It's really weird, and America's like that because there's high variations from all over the place. And for example, I live in a house worth $250,000 roughly. That's 2,000 square feet. Move my house to New York City, it's worth $1.2 million easy. Move it to San Diego, and it's worth a few million easy. But here, south of Detroit, it's worth $250,000, and it's just crazy. My friend moved here from not Portland, Seattle, and he lives in a house like twice the size that he had in Seattle, and paid it off and had money to spare. He's like, it's only $500,000. We sold our house for $1.4 million in Seattle. Like,
jeez,
it's crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of factors. But the reason I bring all this up and being off topic is because this comes down to pricing. I've talked about pricing your company for growth. Me and Brett did a video on that. This is why it's like I can tell you what I'm charging, but it varies a lot from area to area because you have all the other expenses, because all your staff expenses go up, your building expenses, all your expenses start skyrocketing because of it. And it's like, well, what are you going to do? It's the area you're living in costs that much more. So that's life. It is what it is. I'm not solving economic problems. I work on tech problems. That is. Yeah, Zumba time next door. They're starting.
Yep.
Well, she's about to crank it up in a minute because she actually starts about 6. She's waiting for people to get there. So here's where I'm going to call at the end because we're an hour and 30 in, and I got to run and got to do some stuff. But thank you guys all for coming. We peaked out today at 196 people.
Not bad.
Not bad. I think that's my highest ever. So I'll note the time of beginning was like what? Right at 4:30.
Quarter after 5.
Yep, so that's a good time to start.
Okay.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you for all my super chatters here, we'll start with the Drew, Tyler, Team Rampage Services, Benjamin, Ian Major, OBE, and Hank, HLE Computer Consulting. Awesome. Thank you guys for that. So definitely awesome. So thank you very much. We're going to go do some stuff, and maybe I'll finish the controller. I will be taking a dive into the other controller program and looking at that. So definitely interested. Awesome. And I'm supposed to be somewhere at 6 p.m. Oh, that's Wednesday. I have something else I'm supposed to be at now. I have somewhere to be.
6 p.m.
I have somewhere to be. So
Hard to keep up with everything.
all right. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. That great stuff. I'm tired.